Hello. Hello there, guys. I have spent about 4.5 hours on a code today. I don't usually do that. This is right up there with the greatest thing I've ever done. And I know I said that about my Queen book, but I think this decode here is almost as good as that, if not better. And you're going to know what I'm talking about by the end of this live stream. In regards to the comments that are going to come through in the chat, I will respond, but not instantly, because when I do these presentations, I have to focus on reading them out. Often when I do live streams, it's just off the top of my head. This one isn't. Some of the finds here are remarkable. It could be a little book in itself. I'm thinking about doing that. 9/11, Revelation, coronavirus, all of those topics are so synced. It's why Patreon removed me. Remember the day after I found the book of Revelation and talked about it? And talked about how Revelation synced up with coronavirus and Kobe Bryant, and they took my platform down, stole my money, because I'm onto them. This code here will absolutely blow your mind. And am I going to be frustrated and think the whole world should be listening to this? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit, because it's that damn good. And I don't want to sound arrogant with that, but more people need to come across this work now. All right, not for my ego, anything like that. This code is going to blow your socks off. It really is. And if I get animated during it, it's because I'm passionate. Okay. So I'll read a few of your comments and I'll get into it. Hey, how we all doing? You good, Wendy? Brocalypse, how you doing, mate? What's up? It's hard for me to read here today. Pun-loving criminal, great name, by the way. I love that. Epiphany of Veritas, how you doing? Greetings. Joey, much love to you. And Gintara. Much love to Red Pill Monkey today, who got baptized. It's 10-8. Remember the story where I played Crossbar Challenge with him and I beat him 10-8 before I even knew he was getting baptized on 10-8. And Joey got hold of this Bible that he's been wanting for a long time today. So today seems to be a very, very powerful day. I want to say much love to all my really close friends as well. Yesterday, I went out with my brother John, Nathan, Simon, Pinder, my brother George. What a night. So much fun. Crazy fun. So I'm glad that I made that happen. Well, not just me, all of us. Right. Get ready for this. And please, with this one, I don't often ask this. Please like it. Please like whatever it is, however you do it on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. Share this video. This one has to be shared. All the other stuff I do about sports, this, that, and the other, I've made my point with that now. All right. Most people are not going to accept it or don't want to. This one is undeniable. So pour yourself a drink. Get nice and comfortable, baby. Woo-woo! And prepare to have your mind blown right now. Greta Crooks is in the building. One of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. Let me tell you a little bit of a story about Greta. Picked me up from my dad's, where I had this pork, this Latvian dish. Pretty good. He turns up, rocks up with some cornflake tart, piping hot custard, perfect, and a Kinder Bueno milkshake. And we had an amazing conversation. Him and I have always got along, made each other laugh, feel really comfortable with each other. And yeah, I wish I could have spent a little bit longer with him, but I'm always on the go, it seems now. I'm always going from one place to another to meet somebody, which is a blessing, but also sometimes you don't want to leave the person you're with. So yeah, nothing but love for this guy, Greza. Incredible dad, incredible friend, and just overall an amazing person. So here we go. I'm teasing you, aren't I? I keep saying I'm going to start and then bam, something else happens. This is why I can't read the comments. So hey, John. Hey, Happy Face Man. Hey, Jason. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. I might have to stop every now and again because it's long. My most important code today, staggering, and I mean that. Staggering 9/11/2023, Revelation Coronavirus Decode. There's also a lot of connects here with Queen Elizabeth because everything's connected. So check this out. I've spent nearly all day on this presentation, and I hope it sends shivers down your spine. I really hope it does, because I think it's going to send shivers down my spine reading it aloud. When I read it aloud, that's when I really feel it, like when I read the book of Revelation. So we all know what happened 9/11/2001, but I'll just break it down. The September the 11 attacks of 2001, in addition to being a unique act of terrorism, constituted a media event on a scale not seen since the advent of civilian global satellite links. Instant worldwide reaction and debate were made possible by round-the-clock television, news organizations, and by the internet. As a result, most of the events listed below were known by a large portion of the world's population as they occurred. And I could read out all of them. There's too many, to be honest. There's too many with the timelines, like 7:59 a.m. American Airlines Flight 11. It's carrying 81 passengers, which is 9 times 9, and 11 crew members. That departed 14 minutes late from Logan International Airport in Boston. It was bound for Los Angeles International Airport. Los Angeles is the Angels. And it says 5 hijackers are on board. I can't really get into what I want to say about 9/11 because we know how YouTube works. But I can tell you, Queen Elizabeth's funeral was 11 days after she died, and it started at 11 a.m. And remember, I'll remind you of this again later. She died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. And it's got all these other, like 814, United Airlines Flight 175, a Boeing 767 carrying 56 passengers, just no royal families, 56, coronavirus is 56, Church of Satan equals 56. And that had 9 crew members. That 9, again, I told everyone on my website today Haaland was scoring and City were winning. But again, that's not going to get you any credit. But there was no way he wasn't scoring with the numbers. That departed 14 minutes late from Logan International Airport in Boston as well. And then this Flight 11 is hijacked over central Massachusetts. I didn't pronounce that, did I, correctly? Turning first northwest then south. So it goes on and on and on about all of this, because eventually at 8:46, Flight 11 crashed into the north face of the North Tower between floors 93 and 99. All right. That 8:46 is interesting because originally they told us that Derek Chauvin knelt on George Floyd for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And then they changed it because of people like me. And then they said it was 9 minutes and 29 seconds, which is the 158th prime. And the Society of Jesus were recognized by the Catholic Church on the 15th of August, which is 15:8. And the word Freemasonry is 158. But let's really get deep now. Let's get really deep into this and how I'm going to discuss how this code's so connected to Revelation. So I did a video a while ago saying how 9/11/2023, remember Super Bowl 56 finished 2023. And I said it would be that score at halftime. 9/11/2023 is exactly 42 months after COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic. It was declared a global pandemic 3/11/2020. Exactly 42 months. Okay? Revelation 13:5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Who do you think they're talking about there in this verse? It's Satan. Okay? Given power to continue 42 months. 42 months. Remember the 1966 World Cup final? England won. They beat Germany. Finished 4-2. The first ever World Cup final, Argentina-Uruguay, finished 4-2. The most recent World Cup final, France versus Croatia, finished 4-2. Since Kobe Bryant died, all the NBA finals have finished 4-2. His last ever game, he played 42 minutes. First NBA finals, he won 4-2. Okay? And remember that 66 World Cup final with England, number 6 lifted the trophy in 66. 666. It's why England were wearing red. It made no sense for them to be wearing red. Whatever they tell you, they were wearing red for Satan. And they won it the year the Church of Satan was founded, 1966. And you'll know why that year is so big a little bit later in the video. So when we think of 9/11, you think of George Bush. Jr. Okay, he was the president of the United States of America. He was the 43rd president, by the way, and Super Bowl 56 had 43 points. His dad was the 41st president. Kobe died at 41. Skull and Bones gets you 41. That's a huge number. So the Georgia Guidestones came down this year, okay, which basically just focuses on depopulation. And they came down 42 years after they were erected, because they were erected in 1980. 42 years after they came down. And they came down on George Bush's 76th birthday, who was born on the 7th of June, a date that can be written 7-6. And Skull and Bones gets you 76. The Georgia Guidestones came down on George Bush's 76th birthday, and they came down on 7-6. Are you serious? You've got George, haven't you? Prince William's son. And he's got so many satanic numbers. Chuck will tell you that, who's on my website. He knows everything about him. So, and we know the Georgia Guidestones, they opened 322, March the 22nd, 322 is Skull and Bones. Okay, who attended Skull and Bones? Who attended Yale? George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr. All right. I really do, hand on my heart, believe the Bush family are working for Satan. These aren't regular people. They're working for Satan, these people right at the top, your Bush families. I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. So Revelation 13:5 is all about the beast reigning for 42 months. And it's been a huge number recently. I've talked about this number so many times. First of all, 1 + 3 + 5 is 9. But the Cladex pandemic simulation took place on the 135th day, okay, of 2018. The 135th day of the year is 15/5. All right. And 15 is a number that is heavily connected to the number 5, as you'll know if you know your number properties. Because 15, guys, is the 5th triangular number. And remember, when I was telling you about these major events connected to 9/11, 5 hijackers were on board Flight 11. All right. 5 of them, all completely coded. So a lot of people say, what's Cladex? What do you mean pandemic simulation? I just tell them this, that Cladex, by the way, X is 10 in Roman numerals. Satan gets you 10. Cladex was a pandemic modeling exercise by Johns Hopkins University Center for Health Security, and it occurred on Tuesday, May the 15th, 2018, 135th day of the year. And it was named after the hypothetical infective agent in the simulation. All right, the hypothetical pandemic resulted in 900 million simulated deaths. I just found out yesterday, supposedly Haaland's getting 900,000 a week. Number 9. That's why Man City got to 23 points today after 9 games, because 23 is the 9th prime. It's absolute insanity. It's insanity. And he is the beast. Haaland is the beast. It's why he scored against the Saints today. So the beast is reigning. Is reigning. And I think it officially began March the 11th, 2020, when they declared coronavirus as a global pandemic. So you can take what you want out of this. Maybe late next year, the world might be a glorious place. Who knows? But a lot of insane stuff's going to go on in 2023. Just mark my words when I say that. Be prepared for it spiritually. It's going to be intense, insane. And in many ways, it's going to be mind-blowing, like this code. And then you have Operation Warp Speed. That took place on the 135th day of 2020. 2 years after, obviously, Queen Elizabeth was the second queen called Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth II. Operation Warp Speed was a public-private partnership initiated by the United States government to facilitate and accelerate the development, manufacturing, and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostics. Guys, that was on the 135th day of the year, just like Cladex was. And Kobe Bryant super synced to 135. It's not a coincidence that my first ever video was about that guy. Who is Mr. Revelation, it seems? Kobe Bryant. It's crazy. Again, since he died, the world's just gone wild, hasn't it? He died January the 26th, 2020. And right after that, again, 126 is your 9. 1 + 2 + 6 is 9. 9 people died in that helicopter crash. His highest scoring games, 81 points, which is 9 times 9. He spent his whole career playing in California, which was founded on 9-9. That's why the most recent Super Bowl, which was in LA, won by LA Rams, the two quarterbacks were both wearing number 9. And the last play of the game was by number 99, Aaron Charles Donald. Okay, for your Trump, Charles for Prince Charles, who's now King Charles. And when I called all of that Super Bowl perfectly from start to finish, I knew it was all connected to Queen Elizabeth dying. I knew it. But Cincinnati, the Queen State, they were not winning that game, were they? So Kobe Bryant's highest scoring game was in his 666 game, again, where he got 81 points. And he had a 666 workout plan, which you can check for yourself. And he died at age 497 months and 3 days old, the 666 prime. And he's super connected to 135. His name, Kobe Bean Bryant, is 135. He won 135 playoff games. He scored 40 plus points 135 times. And he was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame by the GOAT, Michael Jordan, on the 135th day of 2021. That 15-5 again. And in Gematria, when you type out coronavirus, it gets you 155. Gets you 155. Just enormous. An enormous number. Now look at this. This bit is just off the charts and you can check it all for yourself. I'll go on my website and read this. I can't believe this next bit. From 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, October the 12th, 2022. Okay. So not far away. 4 days away for the 4 horsemen. The pandemic declaration will end and Victorians will no longer be required, okay, to isolate after testing positive for COVID-19, with isolation for positive cases now strongly recommended. All right, there was this pandemic declaration where it's going to end October the 12th. Why that date? Well, I'll tell you why that date. The date's exactly 135 weeks after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. All right, Revelation 13:5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. All right, this span is exactly, guys, 135 weeks. And if you don't know, 135 weeks is 3 years and 11 days. 3/11. Coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on 3/11. 135 weeks, guys, is 3 years and 11 days. And it was declared a global pandemic on 3/11. All by the numbers, and I've shown this so many times. So many times, it's off the charts how many times I've shown you that. Why it was declared a global pandemic on that day. So, check this out. Exactly 3 years before the date, okay? Exactly 3 years before the date, October the 12th, 2020, which again, it's a date chosen as a date the pandemic will officially end. Boris Johnson, born in New York, by the way, just like Trump, born in New York, Boris Johnson, everybody, not in England. All right. He gave a statement at the coronavirus press conference. And I'm going to read the whole statement out for you, the whole thing, and show you how everything's coded. How was I able to predict that Boris Johnson was going to put England into the second lockdown on November the 5th? Because it left 56 days left in the year. And coronavirus equals 56 and COVID vaccine equals 56. And then he read out a 56-page document. I called it before. I told loads of people, you're going to go back in lockdown November the 5th on bonfire night. And it happened. And 11's the 5th prime. Again, going back to the 5 hijackers. So listen to this. Listen to this, guys. I'm gonna read out his speech. I'm not gonna do an impression of him or anything. That buffoon. I'm just gonna read out what he said here. And you'll see how everything's just coded. Everything's just been predestined or pre-planned or is being coded. And I think it's supernatural because there's no way man's doing all of this to perfection. There's not a chance. There's not a chance, in my opinion, at this point. Good evening, everyone. We are entering a new and crucial phase of our fight against coronavirus because the number of cases has gone up 4 times in 4 weeks. Yeah. The 4 horsemen, the book of Revelation, Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip had 4 children. The UK has 4 countries. Her jubilee lasted 4 days. She was born the 4th month of the year. Her husband died the 4th month of the year, April. And it is once again spreading among the elderly and vulnerable. Try not to get angry with this. I'm going to stay calm. There are already more COVID patients in UK hospitals today than there were on the 23rd of March when the whole country went into lockdown. What, 23-3, the 51st prime? And the Illuminati were founded 5-1? Is that why? Is that why you're talking about 23-3, Boris? The guy who was the 77th Prime Minister of the UK. He stepped down on 7-7, which was the anniversary of the London bombings. The 17-year anniversary, which is the 7th Prime. That's 77, guys. Huge. Huge. It's why the Euro 2020 final in England took place on 7-11. Because 7 times 11 is 77. And then you have Flight 77, don't you? When it comes to 9/11. And the span from when it set off to it crashing was 77 minutes. Like, it's just insane. Why do you think today? Why do you think today, guys, Leicester just lost to Bournemouth? Why do you think they just lost? And dropped to 117. 117 weeks after they last played each other, exact. Why? Because it's that 77. It's that 77, guys. And it's absolutely insane at this point. 77 is enormous. Like I said, September the 11th, 2001, it was Flight 77, guys, that reportedly hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon in Washington, D.C. on the 77th Meridian West. Took off at 8:20. Remember, Queen Elizabeth was born 421, the 82nd prime. And it crashed at 9:37, guys. That's 77 minutes between it setting off and crashing. 77 minutes. I've just seen our 51 in the live. I was just talking about 233, the 51st prime. Everything is coded. Everything they do is by a code. I don't know. Do they all know what they're doing? Do they all know that when Boris Johnson gave that speech on that date, did he know what was going to come 3 years later? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I really can't tell you that. It's not on me to tell you that. But I can reveal these unbelievable sinks. I've not even got started yet. I'm doing my, guys, listen. Woo! I'm doing my stretches right now because I'm going to go hard soon with these numbers. I'm just warming up. I'm pinging balls around. Wait till that whistle goes, baby. Wait till that whistle goes. There's some finds here that you're not actually gonna believe. All right. Let me continue with this speech. And deaths are also rising once again. Again, the 4th horseman is death, followed by Hades. These figures are flashing at us like dashboard warnings in a passenger jet. He had to listen to what he said in his speech. You telling me that's not connected to the Jets? It's funny how you got the New York Jets in the NFL as well. What a joke. And remember, the Patriots won the Super Bowl right after 9/11, right after the Patriots Act was signed. Why did he have to say this, eh? This is a joke. These figures are flashing at us like dashboard warnings in a passenger jet. You don't think that's connected to 9/11? Why you said that? Of course it is. Why did he have to mention passenger jets in this speech? He didn't, did he? He didn't. And we must act now. So we are giving local authorities across England around £1 billion so they can protect vital services as they fight the virus. Again, they print off money. They own the monetary system. It's either they print off paper or they type in digits on a computer screen. All right? Giving people $1 billion. It showed you what they thought of education, didn't they? And they shut all the schools. Shut all the schools for our safety. Nightingale hospitals, again, after Florence Nightingale, Florence, which is in Italy where the Vatican is, Nightingale hospitals across the north of England are being prepared for service. Guys, before we stop, before I continue with this, can we all just, for 30 seconds, give a big round of applause to the NHS? Can we all do that? Just somebody give me a hell yeah. And for 30 seconds, let's give him a round of applause. I want to really give the NHS a round of applause. Can somebody give me a hell yeah? Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's all do it, okay? And then if you do it, guys, what will happen is maybe if you email me, I'll send you a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. All right? And you can wear that. All right? Maybe I'll get you a sweatband for the LGBTQVWXYZ community. All right? You can wear that as well. All right? You ready? Thank you, NHS. Thank you very much. Because this really helps the nurses, doesn't it? By us clapping. If we clap, maybe if we clap a little bit louder, it's going to help the nurses. You know what I mean? It's going to help everybody. If we just clap a little bit louder. These minute silences are rituals. It's 60 seconds, isn't it? 60 seconds. I love that 6. So I know that wasn't 30 seconds. I'm not really going to clap 30 seconds for the NHS, who just do what they're told to do. Simple as that. So it says here, it says this here. We are today simplifying, standardizing, and in some places toughening local rules in England by introducing 3 levels of COVID alert. 3? Interesting. Medium with existing national measures such as the rule of 6 and the closure of hospitality at 10 p.m. What, you're 6:10 for Prince Philip's birthday? The rule of 6 and the closure of hospitality at 10 p.m. 6:10. That has nothing to do with Prince Philip being born 6:10 and nothing to do with Satan, does it? Who's Mr. 666, and Satan gets you 10. Satan gets you 55, the 10th Fibonacci and triangular number. Again, why did they close it at 10 o'clock? What, 10:01 something happens, 26 prime, something happens after 10? Nobody asked those questions, or very few people did. I was on it from day 1. High, with extra measures including a ban on indoor social mixing between households or support bubbles. Can you believe people played along with that? I didn't. Can you believe how many people played along with that and still are to this day? Areas within the very high alert category will be reviewed every 4 weeks for the 4 horsemen, and nowhere will be shut down indefinitely. Again, we better stop letting these people shut down our businesses and tell us what to do and what to believe and how to feel and what is popular and what isn't and what is good and what is bad. You've got Satanists telling you how to live your life. Most people are playing along with it and agreeing with them. You're not aware by doing that you're worshipping Satan, by playing along with their satanic games where they're mocking you every second of the day because you don't understand the code. If you did, you'd realize that. You'd realize that you're being completely mocked and everything is a ritual at the top. Everything. And the exact restrictions at this level, very high, will be worked out with local leaders along with tailored packages of support. Local leaders, what local Satanists then? Local leaders. The only thing they're leading us towards is the Antichrist. But at a minimum, they will sadly include a ban on all social mixing between households in private places, including gardens and pubs and bars must close unless they can operate solely as a restaurant, serving alcohol only part of a main meal. Again, do you remember the in-betweeners that foreshadowed all of that? Have you seen the episode where they go to a pub and they want to get drinks and they can't, so they have to buy a Sunday roast, they have to buy a meal to get a pint of cider? You don't think that people who wrote the in-betweeners, that they're Satanists. All the characters are inverted. And if you study them, you'll see it, and I'll do a video about it. Why do you think they're called in-betweeners? Got both genitals, probably. Or they were born with one and then got rid of it and replaced it. In-betweeners. Interesting, eh? Yeah, if you don't know about that episode, check it out. And go to a pub and they can't get alcohol because they're underage. So what they do, they get a pub dinner and they get accompanied by an adult. And that's basically what went on here. You couldn't go in a pub and order a drink unless you were eating. Just programming you. Programming you. All right? We will also ask people not to travel into and out of very high alert level areas. Do you remember the G7 summit, which is another 77 because G is the seventh letter of the alphabet, where all the leaders met and they were interacting and having fun and shaking hands and hugging each other and drinking alcohol whilst we were all told to be social distancing? Do you remember that? People have short-term memories, but that's what they did. They literally had at the G7 an image of them all separated with masks on, and then it showed you all the images of them hanging out with each other, shaking hands, laughing at each other, hugging each other, kissing each other. The mockery is off the charts. It's off the charts. And enough's enough with these people. I'll keep calling them out because I ain't afraid of any of them. I ain't afraid of one of them. I ain't afraid of Satan. I ain't afraid of any type of demons. I ain't afraid of how shit this world's going to go next year. I ain't. Bring it on. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. All right? So I'll keep going. This is a long statement. Then I'll get into all the numbers. But I'm just showing you just what a joke this all was and still is in reality. Isn't it? It really is an absolute farce. Nobody affected by this will be left to fend for themselves. Okay. Sure. And we will expand our unprecedented economic support to assist those affected by those decisions. Really? Extending our job support scheme to cover 2/3 of the wages. What 2/3? 66.6%? Is that why you covered 2/3 for your 23, for your 9th prime? Is that why? Is that why they got Michael Jordan 1 number 23? Because 2 divided by 3 is 0.666. All right. 2/3 of the wages of those in any business that is required to close. No business should have closed for this. You should have had a choice. Everything with this should have been a choice from day one. That's the reality. And providing those businesses with a cash grant of up to $3,000 a month instead of 1,500 every 3 weeks. You just have to giggle at the numbers that they give us. You do, don't you? And extra funding too for those in very high category for local test and trace and enforcement. Just wow. You will shortly be able to type in your postcode into gov.uk. They've got all your details, guys. They've got all your details, all your DNA, everything about you, and see exactly what restrictions apply where you live. How come when I went to California, I went to Manhattan Beach, nobody needed one of these. I cycled 5 minutes to Hermosa Beach, and you had to wear one of these or you got fined. I think it was $90. 5 minutes away from each other. And all people said, well, it's up to the government and how they do it, isn't it? The local councillors, it's on them. Really? Are you just going to play along with it and just be weak and get bullied by these people, everyone? Pretty much everyone? The majority of the country will, for now, be at medium. So, again, they have these three levels. At any point, they can take you from level 1 to 2 to 3 to low to medium to high whenever they wanted to do it. They can make up some statistics and then put us in high. All right? They can do that now if they want. If they want to go back and do all of this again, if we play along with it, they'll keep doing it. Won't they? For as long as we consent, they will continue to dominate. Simple as that. Simple as that. I'm almost done with this guy's statement here. I'm close to being done with it. Most areas currently under local intervention will be high. And Nottinghamshire, again, where Robin Hood's from, we're getting robbed every day paying taxes, including Nottingham itself, East and West Cheshire, and a small area of High Peak will also move to this level. Over the weekend, we have been working with local leaders in areas where the data are most worrying. And from Wednesday, local authorities in the Liverpool City region will move to the very high alert level. In addition to pubs and bars, we have agreed with Liverpool City Mayor Mason Steve Rotherham that gyms, leisure centres, betting shops, adult gaming centres, and casinos will close. Interesting how they closed the gyms and leisure centres, wasn't it? Very interesting. Yet professionals could continue to play sports. So you sit on your ass watching these frauds, these Satanists doing the satanic celebrations. There's more of them today in the Premier League. There's more of them today. We are still working with other local leaders to determine how best to tackle the resurgence of the virus in their areas. But tackle it we will. Will you tackle it, Johnson? Again, penis can be called a Johnson or a tackle. Just mockery. No one, least of all me, wants to impose these kinds of erosions of our own personal liberty. Again, the Statue of Liberty is Lucifer. But I am as convinced as I have ever been that the British people have the resolve to beat this virus, and that together we will do just that. The whole thing about being patriotic for your country is a social construct. It's a joke. All right? I'm proud to be British. Really? Why? It's a social construct. We're all one, guys. We're all one. Look, YouTube. Look what they're doing. Putting in these sex bots because I'm destroying the Matrix right now. I'm destroying the Matrix. Yeah, you got Matt Hancock as well. There's loads of them with these ridiculous names, sexual innuendo names. I've got so many that I could read out to you. It's an absolute joke. I'll try and think of some off the top of my head. You got Boris Johnson. Johnson's a penis. You got Jeffrey Cox. You got Ed Balls. Dominic Cummings. Simon Hoare. Anybody? Cressida Dick, who was the first openly homosexual officer to lead the Metropolitan Police Service. You got John Zach Woodcock. Terence Patrick Phil Dix. There's loads of them. It's an absolute joke. All right? How they mock us, because the names that they give you are lies. They're lies. And those names I've just given you are legit what they tell us these people's names are. And they all work within politics, apart from the one I said who worked for the police. There's loads of them where they mock us with the names. People just laugh it off as coincidence. Now check this out. This is where it gets tasty. I told you I truly believe that the Bush family are being used by Satan. I think they're possessed. And George H.W. Bush, he died a span of 66 weeks and 6 days before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. 666. All right? And then we had coronavirus be declared a global pandemic. Exactly. What was it? Let me find it for you. Give me a second. There's something huge with the 666 with Claydex, which was the pandemic simulation. And it connected with the 666 with when coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Because everything they do, these entities, is biocode. Everything. It's absolutely mind-boggling, guys, what they do and what they get away with and how people have no idea. They just have no idea what's going on. And it's just wild to me. It's just wild. That Operation Warp Speed, by the way, was 66 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Book of Revelation is the 66th book in the Bible. Corona gets you 66. Church of Satan was founded in 66. It's monumentally mind-blowing, all of these connections. Off its head. So George H.W. Bush, he described the New World Order in his address to the US Congress on the crisis in the Persian Gulf. And that was 9/11, 1990. All right. That date, exactly 33 years before 9/11/2023. I've told you 9/11/2023 is exactly 42 months after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic and the beast reigns for 42 months. So either the beast's reign ends on that day or it's when it goes into full effect. But I know that date's going to be monumentally huge. And you've got coronavirus, it got declared a global pandemic on 3/11. 3 times 11 is 33, like he gave his speech 33 years ago, if it was 9/11/2023 today. Not an accident they made it 3/11, 3 times 11, 33, and Corona gets you 33. And the original Twin Towers, guys, it was replaced by the One World Trade Center. One World, nothing to do with the reference of a New World Order. One World Trade Center is what it's called now. That was founded, guys, 3/11, the 3rd of November. One World Trade Center, eh? The Twin Towers, the original ones, which remember was connected to Wembley as well, which came down, Wembley Stadium, the Twin Towers, the towers. And the Twin Towers came down 33 years after the Twin Towers began their vertical climb, 1968. And that's also the year when the term coronavirus was first coined. And the word corona gets you 33. And then we have monkeypox. And that was declared a global health emergency by the World Health Organization, which has a serpent on it connected to Satan, exactly 33 weeks before the 3-year anniversary of coronavirus being declared a global pandemic. And monkeypox in gematria equals 33. July the 23rd, 2022 is when the WHO declared a global health emergency in regards to monkeypox. 33 weeks, guys, is 231 days. And that 231 is a big number because it's connected to 21. Connected to 21, it's the 21st triangular number, isn't it? '21st triangular number, that huge, huge number, the 21. So, wow. The construction of the World Trade Center's North Tower, it began August 1968. And in 1968, I told you the term coronavirus, it was coined based on how under an electron microscope, its crown-like surface resembled the sun's outer layer called the corona. And again, coronavirus is all synced up with Queen Elizabeth and the crown. Read my book about the Queen. If you haven't read my book, purchase it from me. All right? It'll be the best thing you've ever read. It'll be the best thing you've ever read. Drop me an email. George Bush Sr. died on 30/11, like 3/11. He died at age 94. Coronavirus pandemic equals 94. Prince Philip died the 9th of April, a date that came out in 9/4. And now check this out. The One World Trade Center is the main building of the rebuilt World Trade Center complex in Lower Manhattan, New York City. It has 94 floors. George Bush Sr. died at age 94 and coronavirus pandemic equals 94. Prince Philip died 9/4. Come on. 9/11/2023 is exactly 22 years after 9/11/2001, where, of course, George Bush Jr. was the US president during the terrorist attacks. You're not even going to, again, the people who still believe their vote means anything and they can allow a father and a son to be presidents, the dad be the 41st and the son be the 43rd. 41 plus 43, what's that get you? 84, like the Jesuit order, like Jesuit, like Elizabeth was born 421. 4 times 21 is 84. Obama born on 84. George Orwell's book 1984 foreshadowing exactly what's going on now. Michael Jordan, the GOAT, drafted in 84. The same year LeBron James, the Beast, was born. King James, connected to the crown. The guy who overtook Kobe Bryant in the scoring charts the night before Kobe died, and he did it in Philadelphia, which is all about revelation and where Kobe was born. And then you have Will Smith, the Fresh Prince, who became King Richard, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Satan's the Prince of the Air. And then he slapped Chris Rock, Christ the Rock. It's playing out. Revelation's playing out. So I don't really take anything too seriously anymore because I ain't going to stop it. I'm aware of it. And I'm not going to be in for the shock of my life next year. Kobe, the Black Mamba, connected to the snake, connected to Satan, to the Garden of Eden, to the Who. So funny you have Doctor Who as well. What a joke of a name with the World Health Organization. It's mocking you there as well. They filmed Doctor Who in Wales, by the way. Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales. Told you Wales has the red dragon, which is Satan. That's why Tom Ellis, who played the role of Lucifer, was born in Wales. And I've done my video about Lucifer Decoded. And why he is playing the role of Lucifer, or why he did, and why it had 6 seasons. There's loads more, guys. So like I said, 9/11/2023, it's exactly 22 years after 9/11/2001, where, of course, George Bush Jr. was the US president during the terrorist attacks. So we have the 9/11/2023 being 33 years after George Bush's New World Order speech, which was 9/11, 1990, you're 199, you're 46 prime. It's why Pope Francis was born 12/17 on Saturnalia, 1217 is the 199th prime. It's why Brady was drafted the 199th pick, and then he wins the Super Bowl right after 9/11 with the Patriots, connected to the Patriots Act, like I've already told you. He made his debut, Brady, against the New York Jets, by the way. Of course he did. The New York Jets. They lost 10-3, 103, the 27th prime. He wins Super Bowl 55 on 2/7, February the 7th. He retires on a day, leaving 333 days left in the year, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Why do you think I'm able to do what I do? Why do you think I was able to tell everyone Brady was winning Super Bowl 55 against the Chiefs before the season began? Because of this knowledge, not because I know anything about the NFL. And the NFL, by the way, which I've shown you numerous times and told you, is legally, it can legally determine the outcome of the games. It's sports entertainment. It even tells you on the tickets if you choose to read them. So guys, leave it out when I just did my video recently, absolutely destroying the NFL again, with why Denver Broncos tied with the Colts after regulation 9-9, telling me that it's you reaching here, illusion, you reaching. Am I? It's sports entertainment. It's been legally proven. It was a case. It's wrestling involving a ball, basically. And the acting's probably even worse on the NFL pitch these days. See Russell Wilson? These are supposedly elite athletes. And why are they getting shamed, these black players? Russell Wilson, Russell Westbrook. I bet there's something to the word Russell, or there'll be something deep about it that I'm not aware of with Russell. But how can they be so bad when they're supposedly the best of the best? Do you know what I mean? How do they make so many errors? By the way, but what about the Yankees? When I told you the end of the regular season on 99 wins, Aaron Judge wears number 99, 9 times 11 is 99. 9/11 took place in New York. And then the last game of the regular season, what did they do? They lost 4-2 to the Texas Rangers. Texas is where the Bush family's from. And then the Yankees stayed on 42 road wins. Do you think Texas Rangers won that because they're a better team? Or they were a better team on that day? No, it's because they became 68-94. And 1968 was 33 years before 9/11/2001. And they stayed on 94 losses, like George Bush Sr. died at age 94. All right, that's why they ended 68-94 Texas Rangers. It had nothing to do with the quality of the coach or the players, why they had that record. And then the Yankees were 99-63, which is 999. 99-63, 6 plus 3 is 9. It's 999. England's emergency dialing code, 9 plus 9 plus 9 is your 27, 2 plus 7 is your 9. And again, I told you the Georgia Guidestones came down on George Bush's birthday, his 76th birthday, and he's from Texas. And They came down 42 years after they were erected, and Texas Rangers last game of the season, they beat the Yankees 4-2 to keep them on 42 road wins. Come on. It's all synced up. And it might be hard for people to comprehend that baseball's got anything to do with the Georgia Guidestones, that has anything to do with 9/11, that has anything to do with Queen Elizabeth, with coronavirus. But I prove it every day, don't I? I prove it every single moment of the day that it's all synced up. And look at the chat bots, the sex bots coming in. They can't handle me, can they? YouTube cannot handle me. They can't handle me. All the time they do this when I'm on a roll. So let's keep going with this then. I told you all about the 33 and the 22. George Bush's New World Order speech was in 1990, and 9/11 2023, it's going to be exactly 33 years after. And then the 22 years with the 9/11 terrorist attacks from 2001 to 2023. 33 and 22, of course, master numbers. 33 plus 22 equals 55. Satan equals 55. 5 plus 5 is 10. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci and 10th triangular number. It's why Erling Haaland today scored 10 games in a row for Man City, the beast. And check this out. Bush called from his home in Dallas, Texas, and told his father that he loved him. The elder Bush replied, "I love you too," in quotation marks, which were his last words. Oh, always beautiful stories with these evil people. So supposedly George Bush Sr.'s last words were, "I love you too." And then he died, just like Elizabeth peacefully died in a sleep. Shortly after that conversation, Bush died at 10:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. 10:10 is when George Bush Sr. died. Thank you so much, Durell. Thank you very much, my brother. I hope you're enjoying this. I will keep it up. That's what she said. And this is absolutely off the charts, isn't it? Thank you very much, Donnie, Durell. I can't wait to watch that video you've sent me. But let me keep bashing this out. I really appreciate when people send me these super chats. It really does help. That's probably going to get me some Chinese chips there. Who knows these days? Might give me one chip. Prices in England are scandalous. And so you got the 33 and 22 are master numbers. 11 is also a master number. I told you it was flight 11. Involved with 9/11, the whole thing with flight 11 and 11 crew members and all of that. 11 plus 22 plus 33 is your 66, innit? When you add up all the three master numbers, you get 66. 66. When the Church of Satan was founded, eh? All right. So, yeah, a lot of you probably didn't know that George Bush Sr. died at 10:10. And 55 is the 10th Fibonacci and 10th triangular number, 10:10. Satan equals 10. Say 10. Say 10. That's why I told you Ten Hag would coach for the Red Devils the year before it happened at 40-1. Ten Hag. Why do you think Ronaldo made his second debut for the Red Devils on 9/11 as well? Got his 119th goal, and the Church of Satan was founded on 119 date numerology. 4 plus 30 plus 19 plus 66 is 119. Ronaldo got his 119th goal for Man United when he made his second debut on 9/11. He did it against Newcastle. All right. Connected to the royal family. Ronaldo's connected to Queen Elizabeth. Ronaldo was born on 111 date numerology pure. 2 plus 5 plus 19 plus 85 is 111. Queen Elizabeth born the 111th day of the year. 9/11 occurred on a day leaving 111 days left in the year. The word New York gets you 111. I could go on all day with the 111s. Helicopters 111. Kobe supposedly died in, who's connected to Revelation. So, yeah. Let's spit these lyrics off. I'm like Eminem with this coding at this point. So, George Bush Sr.'s last 4 words, it had to be 4 words. I love you too for the 4 horsemen. Not an accident. I love you too equals 174. Number of the beast equals 174. Prince Philip, who said when he dies, he wants to come back as a deadly virus. He died April the 9th. His funeral was 17/4, the 17th of April. All right. And like I said, another big number with 9/11 was that 11. It was on the 11th day of the month. Said it was flight 11. It was a 11. My throat's going there. Crew members, just a huge number. Like, remember with the Euros began on the 11th month of June. It's played in 11 countries. It ended on the 11th of July. The final finished 1-1, like 11. And then we know why England lost 3-2 on penalties. I've shown you that. By the way, Barbara Bush is a bloke. Google Barbara Bush. If I do a book about this, that image is going in a Barbara Bush for your BB for your 22, by the way. Just isn't this just insanity? So England lost. I told you 3-2 on penalties. The Society of Jesus has 32 rays in its logo. They worship the sun and Corona. It's all synced. Could be the Son of God, Jesus, whatever you want to say. You could say it's Lucifer, who's the light bearer, whatever you want to say. But they lost 3-2, and I told you why. 3 black players missed during Black Lives Matter, where England were taking the knee and everything. You had Harry Kane and Harry Maguire score for England. And isn't Maguire number 6 and Harry Kane 9 for your 96, the age the Queen died? I've just caught that now. I'll have to double check that. But the 3 players that missed, the black players, number 10. No, he's not number 10, is he? He was playing number 11 for another 11. The first penalty miss for England was number 11. All the 11s I've just given you. Rashford. And then you had your boy Sancho, number 17, Saka, 25. Add up those numbers, you get 53. Italy win the Euros the first time in 53 years. COVID equals 53. The opening goal of the Euros was scored in the game between Italy and Turkey. The game was in Rome, where the Vatican is. Scored after 53 minutes. Told you the Simpsons' first ever episode aired on Pope Francis's 53rd birthday. Clearly a significant number, the 53. And 53 is the 16th prime. The Euros was the 16th edition. I was born exactly 16 months before my brother. Much love, John. Exact. And what's 16 connected to? It's connected to 4. It's 4 times 4. What's the dialing code for England? +44. All the 4s I've given you with Elizabeth. Jubilee, 4 days. 4 children. 4 horsemen. Born in the 4th month. Husband died in the 4th month. It's just scandalous, isn't it? This is why it's hard for me. I still did it today. I said Newcastle would win in the Premier League. I said Man City would win. I said the Leicester game was too hard to call. There's too many things for both. Oh, well, all 3 outcomes in that game. And Newcastle won 5-1, didn't they? Because they're connected to the Queen. With the Newcastle and with the owners, I've done all the code of all of that. And if you look, Newcastle now are 3-5-1. And I'm just going to start with my sports codes now, because I used to go so deep, and I'm really good at them. I go deep, but now there's just the same numbers appear day after day after day. And I keep telling you about the number 26, all right? How that's so synced up with the Queen, all right? Newcastle just became 3-5-1 for the season. 351's the 26 triangular number. Newcastle, all right? Queen in Gematria 26, was born in 1926, became the Queen on the 2nd, no, what was it? 2-6, February the 6th. Coronated on the 2nd of June, 2-6. Her mother died at age 101, 26 prime. Her dad died on 2-6. My patron got removed on 26, 2 months and 6 days after my birthday, and that wasn't me doing that. It was a complete shock. God in Gematria is 26. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. So literally, I looked at the league table. All right, Newcastle, they're going to go 3-5-1, the 26 triangular number in connection to the Queen. And they did. They won 5-1, I think. And they were about even money. 5-1 when the Illuminati were founded. That's why Haaland went to Man City for 51 million. He came from Germany. And again, did you see the recent interview with Jack Grealish? He said that Haaland's not human. He said their goalkeeper for Copenhagen said he's not human about Haaland because he's a demon. All right, he's not a clone. They're not made him in a lab. He's a demon. Is Haaland. That's why it's called the Beast. All right, Satan. If this is Satan's realm, he can do what he wants. He can give you magic powers. He can give you this crazy talent. That's what people don't get. Haaland's not a clone. He's not being made in a lab. He's not Frankenstein. He's a demon. Ronaldo's a demon. Messi's a demon. And that's why they always say they're not from this world. They're out of this world. They're not from this planet. A moment of magic from Messi. All of that. I'm telling you. They tell you the truth and you laugh at it. All right? People just say, Alan, just big lad, innit? Strong. What, the guy who got 9 goals for Norway in the youth team? Mr. Number 9? We know how big that number is. It's the number of completion, and something's about to be completed. And it might be the rise of the Antichrist. It might be the return of Jesus Christ. It'll be both. It won't be one or the other. It's going to be both or neither. We'll find out. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Okay? So, listen to this. Listen to this. George Bush Sr. died 5 months and 23 days after George Bush Jr.'s birthday, 523. Why is that important? 523 is the 99th prime number. Prince Philip, I'll repeat this again, said when he dies, he wants to come back as a deadly virus. And he died during us living through a pandemic. He died at age 99 on the 99th day of the year. Remember, we have the NFL season last season began on 9/9. 9/9 is 99 days before the Pope's birthday. 9 times 11 is 99. It's why Aaron Judge did so well this year for the Yankees. Queen Elizabeth died on 9/8/2022, 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic, which was 3/11. 2020, 3:11 p.m. And you can check this for yourself, is the 911th minute of the day. 3:11 p.m. 311, like when coronavirus was declared a global pandemic, is the 911th minute of the day. 9/11, 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. Another 11. Do a whole code on the number 11, which is my favorite number. And I was born on my dad's 31st birthday. All right, April the 14th, 1986. 31's the 11th prime. England won the World Cup when my dad was 11 years old. They won it in 66. And again, if you understand your number properties, you'll be fully aware how the number 66 is connected to 11 because it's the 11th triangular number. So I was born to do this. I really believe I was born to be doing what I'm doing now. Will my platform grow? I hope so. If it doesn't, I believe I was born to be doing this code right now. Look, 66 in the live. I was just talking about 66. 23 likes, the 9th prime, which is 3 times 3 for your 9. Okay? Again, just there was no way Man City were not. Of course, they pretty much win all the time, but guys, they were always going to get to 23 points after 9 games. And that's what they did. And the last goal of the game was scored by number 9. Supposedly he missed a sitter as well. Oh, he's human after all, was probably the banter. YouTube, why are people giving me likes and why are you taking them off me, YouTube? Why do you do that? And again, guys, with this whole liking thing, I believe it helps the algorithm, or maybe it doesn't. Just click it. You know what I mean? Like what the work I do, the energy I give, what I'm revealing is absolute insanity. I ain't just some muppet sat behind a screen talking random numbers like a lot of people are doing. This is insanity, what I'm saying to you. So check this out. Big shout out to Chuck for this, because half of this is my find, the other half is his. And that's why it's such a blessing to have people like Chuck in my community. I don't even like saying my community. It's not mine. You know what I mean? But half of this is mine, half of it's his. I wanted to give him a shout out. So a lot of people are asking, are we living in a matrix? And remember, the matrix is made up of ones and zeros, like 10, like Satan. So I think this realm, technically, he oversees it, but we know God wins. All right, God wins. And check this out. Check this out right now, baby. Neo in the Matrix, he was born. You can look into this for yourself. All right, 3/11/62. That's 62. How many home runs did Judge get? 62. Elizabeth coronated on 6/2 in 1953. Another 53, the 62nd triangular number. Guys, Neo from the Matrix, look it up, was born on 3/11/1962. And if you watch the movie, you'll see that his passport expires 9/11/2001. And the Matrix was released in 1999, which is your 666. So can you believe that? I told you 3:11 p.m. is the 911th minute of the day. Neo was born 3/11 and his passport expired 9/11/2001. That movie came out 2 years before the terrorist attack. So are we living in a matrix? That indicates that this particular realm here, we are, that Satan's created his own reality, his own world that we're living in, that we're partaking in. I believe that. Absolutely. Again, when you study the Bible and everything, this is his realm. He has permission to oversee it. So that's absolutely incredible in itself. That could just be a video right there for that find. And Neo was born a span of exactly 216 weeks after the Church of Satan was founded. 216, guys. Exact. 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. 21 is the 6th triangular number. That may explain the 6-foot social distancing ritual, guys, or when you die, you go 6 feet under. That's where you got to learn your primes, your triangular numbers, your Fibonacci sequence, your pentagonal numbers if you get to that level, square root numbers. Can you believe that? And again, who supposedly wrote The Matrix? A couple of transgenders, which pushes the depopulation agenda. That's why Pride Month has the word demon in the middle of it, and it's the 6th month of the year that it's celebrated in. Have a whole month to celebrate it. If you're a mother or a father, you get one day for Mother's Day or Father's Day. This is Satan, guys. It ain't just some cronies at the top who are evil and they just want to control everything. This is his realm. But you have free will to call him out like I do and not be afraid of him. Because he knows that you have free will. But he knows you're vulnerable. That he targets vulnerable people. So the more he screws up the economy and the more the media manipulate us and keep us on a low frequency, it's a lot easier for him to control us. But you have to know you have free will that God gave you. And God is one step ahead of Satan. That's why God's connected to 777 when you study it. That's why it's a jackpot number. And Satan is 666. He's always a level below. And he always has been, and he always will be. And he knows that. Don't you, Satan? He knows it. Barbara Bush and Betty White related to Aleister Crowley. That's incredible. I didn't know that. But Betty White, again, the last celebrity death. How old was she when she died? The last celebrity death of 2021. She was 99. That was nice what you just did there, Lucifer. 74 in the live. You took a like off me to give me 29 for Masonic, 10th Prime. Cheers for that. Again, who likes a post or a video and then unlikes it? It just doesn't happen, does it? So again, like I said, the connections there with the Matrix are staggering. And just look into the directors or writers of that movie. So the Queen, she was obviously connected to the crown. And you'll have to check out in my Queen book, the code that I did on the TV show, The Crown. And obviously the crown now is on the head of King Charles, and crown is connected to corona. That's what it translates to. Revelation 3:11, guys. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic, 3:11. Told you 3:11 p.m. is the 911th minute of the day. Revelation 3:11. I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take your crown. Remember, Jesus is the King of Kings. Screw King Charles. Female anyway. Revelation 3:11. I am coming soon. This is Jesus. Hold on to what you have. Stay strong. And that's your faith. So that no one will take your crown. And honestly, maybe getting this was Satan taking your crown from you. Your spirit, your soul. Who knows? Revelation 9:11, which I've shown you numerous times now, is connected to 3:11. Revelation 9:11. They had as king over them the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon and in Greek is Apollyon. That is destroyer. Remember, Charles's father was Prince Philip, who was born in Greece and got exiled. And then you had the coronavirus variants, Alpha, Delta, Omicron, Greek letters of the alphabet. That's why Greece won the Euros in 2004 and Elizabeth died 8-9, the 24th prime. The destroyer, guys. The abyss. Okay? This is Satan. It's on his way. That's why Elizabeth had to go. To bring in the king. Because we're living out Revelation. I'll be 10 minutes, Mum. I'm just doing a video. Then I'll come down. What are you having? Oh, no, you don't have to share your food with me. Not a chance. You enjoy it. Well, I can't say no to steak and chips, can I? It's unbelievable. What time are you going to cook it now? After 8? No, he said I can't now because Becky's changed the time. All right, I'll come down and speak to you in a bit. I go from decoding the universe to just having a chat with my mum. Like, wow, what an amazing woman. She's making steak and chips for herself, and she said she'll give me half. It's like she didn't have to do that, but she's just going to cook some more chips. She makes those homemade chips as well, not the shite you put in an oven. She makes her own. So, again, Greece. Remember Tom Hanks, the first celebrity to get coronavirus. Where's he now? He's in Greece. Why do you think Olivia Newton-John just recently died? I've done all the numbers behind it. Watch the video. The star from the movie Grease. And again, you had John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, which all connects to John the Baptist. And John's connected to Revelation. John's my brother, actually. My mum was just asking, are you going to go see him? That's insane. Wow. Wow. And 6079, you're going to like this find that I did. 3 hours and 11 minutes is 186 minutes. The 186 I always talk about. Remember 9/11, 2001 occurred exactly 18 years and 6 months before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. All right, the upcoming World Cup final, which I believe will be the last ever one, is 1 day after the Pope turns 86, 186. Square and compass equals 186 in gematria, which connects to Freemasonry. There's loads more 186s. Loads more 186s. I was born 1986, which is crazy, which was 36 years ago, and 666 is the 36 triangular number. And obviously 6 times 6 is 36. Speed of sound as well, which is 186. Didn't Coldplay have a song called The Speed of Sound as well? Just, it's wild how it's just all synced up. And listen to their song, Viva La Vida, as well. Listen carefully to the lyrics. I can play that on the piano. Listen carefully to what Chris Martin, another guy with 2 male names because it's a woman. Listen to those lyrics. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing. Roman Catholic choirs are singing. Just check out that song. And 3/11/2020, guys, to 9/11/2023 is 1279 days. 1279. And that's pretty wild with the connection that it has with 207. Because 1279 is the 207th prime. George Bush Jr. was born on a day leaving 207 days left in the year. The moon landing was on that date, the 20th of July. That's when Brady went to meet Biden at the White House. It's also when the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA. The day the Bucks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, visit Biden at the White House was the same day Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Finals, which they won 4-2, by the way, against the Phoenix Suns. And who was the MVP? Giannis. What's his nickname? The Greek Freak. Someone was trying to say, what's going on with Harry Maguire? Simple. He's going through a ritual involving Prince Philip. That's why Harry Maguire got arrested in Greece. He got arrested in Greece. He didn't do anything, but he was in Greece for the ritual. And he wears number 6. Just like Southgate wore number 6 as a player who missed England's 6th penalty in Euro 96 against Germany, which was 26 years ago. One of the main reasons I said Elizabeth would die at age 96 was Euro 96, which was in England. It may have been the initial reason why I was like 96, because of Euro 96. Probably the first tournament that I really loved, which I understood and got into. And it's all a show and it's all satanic. Shearer, who did that celebration, which is the Baphomet, which I've shown you now a million times with different players. He was the leading goal scorer in that tournament with 5 goals, the 5 hijackers. It's all connected. Shearer won number 9, didn't he? It's a star at Newcastle, turned down the Red Devils. They made a big thing of that. Somehow won the league with Blackburn. So it's nothing to do with ability. There's Sutton and Shearer, SAS. Sheringham and Shearer, SAS. All connects to the war. Simple as that. Now check this out. A nice little bonus for you. Thanks to all the comments that people are leaving on my website for this code. Appreciate you all. Queen Elizabeth was born exactly a span of 97 weeks after George Bush Sr. was born. Elizabeth obviously died in the 97th year of her life. She died at age 96, but she was in the 97th year of her life. Thank you so much. Wow. Let me see if I can pronounce that. Epiphany of Veritas. Thank you so much for that. Whatever the currency, I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Shakira performed at the 54th Super Bowl in the year Obama turned 59. Want to guess how many days after Obama she was born? 2911. Oh my goodness. That 54th Super Bowl, Queen Elizabeth died the 251st day of the year, the 54th prime. Shakira told us the truth that the hips don't lie. Shakira's a bloke. All right. And I had a massive crush on Shakira. Jesus is coming soon indeed, Joseph. Very soon. According to my code. What else have we got? So those 97s. And check this out. You know, I've done multiple videos about Christian Eriksen. Christian Daneman Eriksen. And we know Prince Philip came from Danish royalty and Greek. Well, Eriksen, who was wearing number 10, had a cardiac arrest, supposedly in a 1-0 loss to Finland. And check this out. He did it on 12/6/2021. Guys, he supposedly had this cardiac arrest exactly 97 years after George Bush Sr. was born. Exact. 12th of June, that 126. The date Kobe died was 126, but you can also write the 12th of June, 126. Can you believe that? And that's why, again, I told you Eriksen would sign for the Red Devils. When everyone said he'll never play again, I said he'll come out of retirement and he'll sign for Man United, the Red Devils. And then on his return to international football for Denmark, he scored 2 minutes into his return. In a game, they lost 4-2 for another 42 for the Beast. Yep. Scored after 47 minutes. The Basilica was struck by lightning twice on 2/11, the 47th prime. Basilica is at the Vatican. Obviously, Italy won the Euros, where the Vatican is. First game in the Euros was in Rome, where the Vatican is. That's why Mourinho's at Roma. Big ritual. I could do a whole video on why he's at Roma now. Why Tammy Abraham, number 9, is there. Can you please go away, chat 69? I like 6079, not chat 69. Off you go. All right, off you go. So all those 97s, and remember the Hillsborough disaster, which was in 89, 33 years ago. 97 people died. 97's the 25th prime. England scored 2 out of their 5 penalties in the Euro 2020 final. Number 25 missed the decisive one, which is 5 times 5 for Satan. That's why George Floyd supposedly died 25-5, because 5 times 5 is 25. All satanic. I've done many videos about George Floyd. Derek Chauvin born 319. And then right after this incident with George Floyd, you get Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl 31-9. He was born 319, and then Brady retired 319 days before the Pope's birthday. I've told you the Pope was born 1217, 1217 is the 199th prime, which explains Brady being picked 199th pick in the 6th round. He retired 46 days after the Pope's birthday. Catholics 46. 119 is the 46th prime. He went to go see Biden, the 46th president, at the White House. JFK, the first Catholic president of the United States of America, died at age 46. What's LeBron James's record in NBA Finals, anybody? What is it? 4 in 6. Won 4, lost 2, 42. He ain't coming off that. He's never seen another NBA Finals ever again. Do not waste your money on the Lakers, like a lot of you will, because there's some sort of spell with the Lakers. That people still bet on Man United to win leagues and stuff at the beginning because they've got that thing in their head. They're due it. No, the numbers don't line up as well as Man City's. Man United ain't winning the league. Lakers ain't winning shit. Whilst LeBron's there. They'll stay on 17 titles just like Boston will. Because modern day Freemasonry was founded 1717. That's why Boston lost to the Warriors. That was enough. Obviously, I had the Warriors 6 months before that they would win the NBA. But as soon as they got Boston, it made it even easier. They weren't coming off that. When you understand your numbers, Queen Elizabeth died 59 dating emoji, the 17th prime, which is the 7th prime, which is the 4th prime, which is why Independence Day is on 7/4. And I caught something today, which I'd never caught before, in connection with the One World Trade Center. I looked at the phone number. I laughed at the last 4 digits. I nearly cried. Phone +1 844 696 1776. The last 4 digits 1776. Guys, the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776, 1776. The Illuminati were founded May the 1st, 1776, right before, because it was the Illuminati who founded the United States of America. And then you had Queen Elizabeth. She was born 1,776 days after Prince Philip. So then they're going to pull out this phone number ending with 1776. I don't miss a beat with this stuff because they put the same numbers everywhere. Does it help you decode sports? Absolutely. But I'm bigger than decoding sports at this point, even though I will keep doing it. Adam coding the Matrix to talking about fish and chips. That's just, well, steak and chips, baby. That's who I am. I've managed to stay level. I am literally coding the Matrix right now in front of you. And don't mean I'm not going to enjoy my steak and chips. I ain't going to have any alcohol. Probably just stick. Oh, forgot about these 2 things that I brought up. I always have an orange and a banana for a little snack. So again, I just thought of another 199 there, actually. George Bush Senior's speech was 1990. That's 199. I told you my dad lived at 199 Valley Road. You can't make this stuff up. The first house I lived in was number 12 Belmont Crescent. 12. Brady's number. 12 times 12 is 144. I was born on 14/4 on my dad's birthday, and there's 1,440 minutes in a day. Cheeky 9 there, I guess. With your 1 + 4 + 4. It's I thank God pretty much every day now for giving me this gift. And it is a gift. It really is a gift. I thank him pretty much every day. I don't know why he chose me, but it's stressful at times. It's exhausting. Can be emotional. Not as much anymore. I feel like I'm in control of all of that. But the stuff I'm revealing here, guys, again, if you're not on my website, just come and check it out, man. I can't believe anyone who watches my lives are not on it. All of you should be on it if you have the money for what I'm doing every day. Without trying to sound annoying or desperate. The 311s, the 911s, the 216s, the Revelation Connects, the 186s, just the insane connections between 9/11, the Matrix, Queen Elizabeth, coronavirus, Kobe. It's undeniable stuff in it, ladies and gentlemen of the board. I should be able to present this in front of millions and literally get a standing ovation. But I don't even know how many people are in the live right now. Let me look. What have I got? 64 people. 61 now. 61 people here in this. Oh, man. Can be annoying, to be honest. Oh, that's what it was. Claydex, a simulation exercise, took place exactly 666 days before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. I'm going to have to add that to the code. Give me a moment. Did you hear that? Claydex is pandemic modeling exercise, all right, where they said there was 900 million simulated deaths. That took place exactly 666 days before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Are you serious? Can't believe I forgot that. Let me bang that down. Yeah, I'm going to bang that down. Give me a second. Claydex took place exactly 666 days before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Goodness me. The 666 connects to 18. 6 + 6 + 6 is 18. 1 + 8 is 9. Ronaldo signed for the Red Devils at age 18. 18 years later, he signed at age 36. Your 3 + 6 is your 9. Your 666 is your 36th try. That's why he went back to the Red Devils. Not because he wanted to come back to Manchester at age 36. All right? Because of the code. He had no choice. It was the return of Christ. Cristiano Ronaldo, it was the return of Christ. Why he went back to Man United. And all the rituals now, see how they're keeping him on 699 goals, which is basically 666, 6 and 9. Okay? 699, they're keeping him on that. They're embarrassing him, they're shaming him. It's why he missed an open net that hit the post. That wasn't Ronaldo that missed that. That was the demon within Ronaldo that missed that. He'll probably get his 700th goal against Newcastle. Because he seems to do really well against them. And obviously, his second debut was against them, where he scored 2 goals, where they won 4-1, which was connected to 9/11. I've told you George Bush Senior was the 41st president. 9/11 occurred. 9/11, 2001. You add up the 9, the 11, the 20, and the 1, you get 41. That's when Kobe died, supposedly. It's insanity. I'm going to try go to the top, see if I can read your comments. Guys, can somebody take me off 42 likes? There we go, 43 for the amount of points in Super Bowl 56. Okay, Revelation is playing out. Bernardo Silva is dead. What are you talking about? I've told you the connections with silver and money and currency with Man City. Bernardo Silva, David Silva. I told you how Phil Foden's number 47. The atomic number of Silva's 47, and he replaced David Silva. Yep. I think Foden's got 5 goals in his last 3 games for another 53. Yep, because it's all coded. Then you had Raheem Sterling, the pound sterling. He was at Man City. Now he just went to London. When the Queen dies, there's ugly mugs all over the pound coin. It's deep. It's deep. 44 equals fallen angel. Yep. David Silva was a great player. Yep. Had a demon in him though. They wrestle in the ring like what you win when you win a championship in any sport, just about. Yep. We've seen how often the NBA and the NFL now basically collaborate with WWE. Been doing it for a while. Saw Giannis not long ago walking around with the WWE title. Have I looked at tomorrow's matches? Yep. I'll post it on my website later. I'm not going to go through it all. Queen dead 2 months, 6 days before Charles's birthday. Yeah, 2-6. Nice, Joseph. Loads of the 26s. God removed the talent from these footballers. It's a shame because like my talent of football is God given. There's no demon involved because I'm not influencing society really on a high level, not on TV. So there's people who are gifted footballers, God given. But in these games, and you can tell day after day with the numbers, the time of the goals, who scores, why I'm able to do what I do, it's demons. And not all these players, they may be completely oblivious to this. Maybe I'm one of only a few people in the world that are even truly aware of what's going on with Decode and Revelation. I don't believe that, but I do think there's a lot of players that literally don't have a clue what is going on. I think the top ones do, because they mock us with the symbolism, with the speeches, with their names. It's crazy. Wow. Just Newcastle 5-1. You can't see it, but a guy's doing this, pointing to the badge, the Masonic point. And the guy's covering his eye. Let me just look at these jersey numbers. Why is Nick Pope number 22? Maybe because the 22nd World Cup final is the day after the Pope's birthday. Is that why Pope's number 22 for Newcastle? That makes sense. Shouldn't he be number 1? Why is he 22? He's surely the first choice keeper. We love you. I love you all, guys, here in the chat. I've told you that this knowledge is sacred and it's not easy. Like, when I go out with my friends, they'll bring it up. They'll bring it up. It's almost like, get it out of the way, Adam. I never bring it up. They'll bring it up. Go on, break this down for me, this then. Tell us what it is that you do. I'll tell them, and they go, oh. They're all like gobsmacked. Then they're like, all right, let's stop now. That's enough. That's enough tonight of that. I was like, all right. I just wish that they'd be like, what? Okay. But they don't. There's only X, Y, and Z of people who want it. So you've got all this knowledge, all this talent. I felt like that with football. I had all that talent in the world and wasn't anywhere where I thought I should have been. Like, I have this level of knowledge now, unbelievable level of knowledge. It's like hardly anyone's aware that I have it. Even people that I know, they're not truly aware of what I'm able to predict and what I do and what I've done, because I don't go on about it. Just said it a million times before, and we know it's never going to happen. But if they give me 1 hour a week on TV, like 7 p.m. on ITV, they give me an hour to do things like this, I'd change so many people's lives. So it's on each and every one of you guys to do me a favor. There's not many of us really. Share my work. Share it. Just set up, I don't know, WhatsApp groups or put it on your Facebook if you have Facebook or whatever platforms you have. Share my work. Every time I do a video, bang it up. Okay, if all of you do that, they say over 1,000 people, 2,000 people watch my lives every now and again. Everyone shared my video. There'd be more people coming across my work. Most of you probably just don't do it, which is fine. I share loads of people's videos, I guess, because I have my website. I don't know if I would have done it on Facebook or whatever. Not had that for years. I told my fellow golfers we would be locked down on 322, and 322 was the first day of lockdown. London Bridge, the Queen's death code. Swimming on was 322. Brilliant. It's when the Georgia Guidestones were erected. 322, 1980. 322 is the 81st day of the year. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. That's why Elgin Baylor died 322. And then Baylor win the college basketball the same year. Wow. I'm going to have a quiet one tonight. I'm going to hang out with my mum. She's talking about sitting down and having dinner with her a while. When we've done it, it's always been like getting a curry or fish and chips, ordering it. But I'll sit down with her, have a laugh. Here comes the sex bots. Bye-bye. They're gone now. Giannis born 12-6. Yep. Kobe 126. His daughter was Gianna, who died 126. Gianna and then Giannis. Guys born December the 6th, 12-6. Come on, guys. Number 34, Kobe died and Gianna died with 340 days left in the year. Who was the best player that Kobe played with? Shaquille O'Neal. What was his number at the Lakers? 34. Why did Steph Curry just win the NBA at age 34? Messi wins the Copa America at age 34. Matt Stafford wins the Super Bowl at age 34. That number is a number heavily connected with murder, unfortunately. The 34. Injumatchu, anyway. Dolly the Sheep lived for 6.5 years or 78 months. Wow. Kobe born in 78. The word Jesuit gets you 78. It's funny how 1978 was 22 years before the year 2000. The Queen died on 7/8 because September's the 7th month. That's a great point. Depending on what calendar you use, Sept in French is 7. It should be the 7th month as far as I'm concerned, just like December, like a decagon, a decade. A decagon, by the way, is a 10-sided shape. I don't know why it's the 12th month, but again, Julius Caesar came up with July and August, Julius Augustus, all of that. But there's multiple calendars. I just tell you that there's no way that there should be 12 months if there's 52 weeks and there's 4 seasons, because 52 divided by 4 is 13, not 12. That's the main thing I'll say. Have you ever noticed that Prince Philip died exactly in the middle between the anniversary of when, chat's going too quick, of when he became consort to the Queen and his birthday, span of 9 weeks to both? I had no idea, Alto. If you're on my website, I think you are. Can you please share that comment somewhere? Because that's incredible. There's some amazing stuff that you put in here in the chat, guys. I know I was kind of on one with my own code, but thanks for some of these comments. Any donation to either of you or Joseph, no matter the amount, is priceless endeavor. It's absolutely amazing what you just did for me, Epiphany of Veritas, and that you support people like me and Joseph, because unless you're a content creator, and especially doing what we do, it's strenuous and it's tiring and it's exhausting and there's so much energy involved. The code there took me 4 or 5 hours to do. And I had all the knowledge of it prior. It's just I put it all together. I just kept adding stuff and adding stuff and adding stuff. And I am going to do another book. Again, people who bought the Queen book, thank you so much. I've not had one negative comment about that book. If you like this code here, you're going to love the Queen one, the Queen book. And if you want my Kobe Bryant book for free, email me. I'll send you it for free. Give you a taste. If that blows your mind, then the Queen one's going to rock your socks, baby. Woo-hoo. It will rock your socks. Murder Equals 38, yeah. You got Death by Numbers, that movie that connects with all the 83s and the 38s. If you watch that, look at the the marketing behind all of that and the front cover of the movie. It's absolute insanity. October's oct equals 8, yeah. Oct, like an octopus, has 8 legs, doesn't it? Yeah, they've just screwed us. They've played around with the calendar that's messed up our frequencies. We're operating at a frequency we shouldn't be operating on a calendar we shouldn't be operating on, taking advice from Satanists. No wonder the world is screwed and needs a reset. Because for so long, we've partaked in Satanism, all of us, oblivious to it though. Which, again, there's a big difference between intentionally partaking in Satanism and doing it obliviously, unaware. Like I said, devil horns when you go to the concert. Most people are doing that because the fun, the energy, they don't know the symbolism behind it. There's all sorts of stuff that we do. And we've just got used to it. It's even like yesterday, guys. I was drinking. Again, when I'm in Mexico, I rarely ever drink. Might be like one beer during a live stream or if I'm at the beach. I was out last night. I had too many drinks, to be honest, because it was all my best friends. I'm putting spirits in my body. And it's just normal, just seeing everyone drink. It's so normal, but I shouldn't really be saying this because this is hypocritical. I don't know if I'll ever change. Maybe. I don't think any of us should be drinking alcohol. I can't believe you're going to laugh at me saying that. But I've just got so used to it. I've been doing it since I was like 17. And it's poison, isn't it? It's absolute poison. Same with smoking. But people don't really talk much about alcohol and the effects of it on your body, and that you're putting spirits into your body. That's why you completely change. You become possessed almost, don't you? And again, this is hypocritical because I do drink, and I have been recently because I'm in England. But yeah, I've never been like a guy who likes to drink all the time like some of my friends, which is a shame. It's their choice. Whatever you put in your own body, guys, is your choice. Said that for a long time. 322 of 2020 is the 81st day, which is 9 times 9. Yep, exactly. And 8 plus 1 is 9. It's crazy. That 322 is connected to 7 though as well, isn't it, in numerology? 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. So yeah, I think this code is right up there for me with one of the best things I've ever done. Yeah, calling the Queen's death 2 years before, at the age right before the World Cup, was probably the thing that people remember me for if anything ever happens to me. But this here, I've got to find a way of sharing this to more people. And I'll figure that out. And there's definitely stuff I can add to this before I start. So I'll make a mini book on this. I'll give it the title, basically, of the live stream. And I'll make a book on it. And I'm going to add some more stuff. I'll add images, which I think really helps people. And I hope it blows the socks off. And then maybe one day you'll be looking back, reading my Kobe book, reading my Queen book, reading this one. And you'll be so thankful for coming across this knowledge, because it's absolute insanity. I know I am. Told you when I code, guys, numerous occasions now, that it's not me. It's not Adam Edwards coding. It isn't me. Bigger than me. I'm being used, but in a good way. Just like the Bush family, they're being used by Satan blatantly. It's not just some weird family, like they're possessed. It's very dark, isn't it? I think it's time for me to go. Look how dark it is. This literally looks like a horror movie now, that someone's literally going to come over and grab me. Let me turn on the Barry White, the Jimmy White, the light. And did you see this as well? I have to do a separate video about this. That light's annoying now. That in the winter they're going to turn people's electricity off for 3 hours. 3 hours, all coded. 3 hours, and they'll give you a £10 a day, a tenner, 10, say 10, £10 a day if you don't use your washing machine or your oven. And people are going to do it. Oh, free money, free money, free money, free money. All these meters that you get in your house so they can track everything about you. It's accepting everything, don't we? I know I don't, but most do. Did you watch Piers Morgan's interview with Andrew Tate? No, but I've destroyed Andrew Tate in a video, in a live stream. You should watch it. Absolutely destroyed him. Harry Kane's just scored. Oh, he scored. Harry Kane has scored 12 goals in his last 12 Premier League games. I was telling you about 12. How 12 times 12 is 144, and there's 1,440 minutes in a day. It's saying here that he's scored in his last 4 appearances. He wears number 10. Harry Kane sounds like Hurricane. And every time he breaks these records, it tends to be a big hurricane when he gets a really important goal. He's demonically possessed. Is Harry Kane. He's not a great footballer at all. He's far from it. But people don't know what I know. I said for a long time he was a very average footballer. How he's captain in this country is beyond a joke when he can't even talk. The guy can't even talk properly. Well, that's why we'll press the ball. Let's go. Can't even talk. Why is he a captain? He's not a leader. It's because of his numbers and all of his numbers that connect to Bobby Moore. He was born in 93, the year Bobby Moore died. All right. Who captained England during the 1966 World Cup final. Bobby Moore died 24th of February 1993. Harry Kane was born in 1993, and he was born on the 28th of July, exactly 22 weeks after Bobby Moore, and this is the 22nd World Cup, and it's in 2022. If Harry Kane lifts that trophy, the code I have to destroy professional football will be off the charts. And again, England losing all these games recently, it's usually what happens to the team that goes on to win the World Cup. They have a nightmare the season leading up to it, the years leading up to the World Cup. They have a shocker. The fans doubt them. They often start slow in the group and then they end up winning it. Historically, that's what happens. You can do your research on that. I'm going to go in a few minutes. Got some stuff to do. Shouldn't be smoking anything into your lungs. Coming from a former smoker, non-stop for 5 years until this year. Put my trust and faith in Jesus to follow our Messiah and Savior. Amen to that. Beautiful. Anyone who gives up a negative habit, especially doing it with the Holy Spirit within them, that's when you can quit. I think when you truly have the Holy Spirit within you and you acknowledge that, that's when you do get that ability to quit addictions. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, you often just go back to Satan and you just do it over and over again. So for you, my friend, I don't think you're ever going to smoke again. That's amazing. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, Amani and Arnie, you send those laughing emojis, but I know you love me. Don't you? You respect what I do. You won't be here all the time. But anytime we talk about Jesus, he gets all antsy about it. Do you believe gambling's satanic? Yeah. Well, gambling on yourself, not, but the roulette table, you add up all the numbers, it's 666, 36 numbers, 666, the 36 triangular number. Yeah, I think gambling, I don't do it, do I? I did it. I got taken in by it. I won a lot of money. Realized that energy is more valuable than currency. I stopped doing it. But yeah, I do believe gambling, if you are addicted, is somewhat satanic or toxic or whatever you want to say. I don't think it's good for you unless you really have the ability to do little bets and you're not messing around with big money and it's not taking a ton of your energy. I don't think that's satanic, or like playing darts with your mate first to 5 and you're playing for like 20 quid. I don't think that's satanic. It's just a bit of healthy competition, a bit of a reward at the end. So there's levels to everything. There's levels to everything. But Harry Kane, he was born on that 28-7, and 28 is the 7th triangular number, and 28 is a perfect number. Harry Kane has all these incredible numbers, and that's why number 10 just made it 1-0, like 10. Spurs came into this game as well with all those queen numbers. They were 5-2-1. And that's the 98th prime, which is the date Elizabeth died. So I thought maybe Brighton could get the same record. If Brighton win, I don't know if they will at this rate, they'll be 5-2-1 as well. But who knows? Because Spurs in their 9th game can get the 6th win. And obviously Elizabeth died at 96. So in the 9th game, they can get the 6th win. Get to 20 points. The opening goal for Man City today was after 20 minutes, wasn't it? I think it was. There's a couple of other 20 rituals today. And we know coronavirus was declared a global pandemic in 2020 on the 71st day of the year, the 20th prime. That's why Kobe died in 2020 after playing 20 seasons in the NBA. 20,000 people attended his memorial. So, again, I really don't care. I said Man City would win. I said Newcastle would win. I saw one little thing for Brighton win. And then that Bournemouth-Leicester game could have gone anywhere. But again, Leicester dropped to 117, 117 weeks after the teams last met. And remember, the last game, they became 116 and dropped Nottingham Forest to 116, a span of 116 days before Brendan Rodgers' birthday. So again, when you're coding these games, there are tons of riddles for the outcomes. I ain't gonna lie. Some are really clean and clear, where I can do it, boom. And others, you go, oh, this there's too much going on here. Like Chuck did amazing code for Spurs to win, and so did another guy in my community who's really, really good. There's so many people on my website who are truly fantastic people, but coders. So yeah, Chuck. Wait, the Matrix Freak Director was born 21-6 as well. Lana, are you serious, Chuck? Remember Neo? Born 216 weeks after the Church of Satan was founded. Yeah. Yeah, wow, born 21-6. What? Oh, Chuck. I'll have to add that. This is what I mean. Like, I'm just going to keep adding stuff because I have people like Chuck that can pull out something like that. Satan, a man or a woman, I think it's irrelevant. Probably both energies. Again, if it's an entity, I don't know if it has to be a male or a female, to be honest. But I believe that Satan exists, and we're living through Revelation, or we're about to. Did you see Haaland, by the way? I don't play this anymore, even though I used to love it. Fantasy Premier League. Did you see Haaland today came into the game with 96 FPL points for the Queen? Even that's all coded. If you play FPL, if I played FPL this year, I'd destroy it with my knowledge. 96 points he came in on, Haaland, if you play the Fantasy Premier League. You might not have noticed that, I did. Obviously, he's on more than that now after he scored. I don't even check anymore, like the ratings for them all like I used to. Because what's the point? It's all a joke. He's on 102 points now. 102. Okay. 9/11 is heavily connected to 102. There's a documentary called 9/11, 102 minutes that changed the world or something, that changed America. 102 minutes that changed America. All right. All connected to 9/11. And they brought this out the 7th anniversary of 9/11. That's 7. 322 for Skull and Bones. Was they released it September the 11th, 2008, 7 years after it. 102 minutes that changed America. Erling Haaland's on 102 FPL points the day I do this presentation. Go on, Divine Feminine Living UK. How you doing, baby? How you doing? And then Foden's below him on 60. That's pretty hilarious in itself. That Phil Foden's on 60 points today, because today's 10/8, isn't it? And today is the 281st day of the year, and 281 is the 60th prime. That's why Foden's on 60 points. That's why Kobe, in his last ever game, got 60 points. Just all these celebrities, they're connected. Today leaves 84 days left in the year. Kobe moved to Italy when he was 6 years old in 1984. The year LeBron was born, the year Michael Jordan was drafted, who inducted Kobe to the NBA Hall of Fame. And we know all about LeBron and Kobe, don't we? So I better get off. Please share this. Thank you so much for the donations, for your comments, for your support. Does Haaland wear makeup? Yes, he wears lipstick. Blatantly. Just look for yourself. If I was wearing lipstick now, you'd call it out, wouldn't you? You'd say Illusion's wearing lipstick. If Haaland does it, you're like, is he? Yeah, he is. He wore lipstick. He wears it all the time. It's a woman. It's a genetic female who's got a demon inside of her. That's what you got to get in your head. Don't know how many times I have to tell you that. Biologically, it don't make sense how Haaland can look the way he does if it's a genetic female. It does if there's a demon and Satan's allowed it. Do whatever he wants. Oh, Divine Feminine Living UK. Foxy baby. Thank you. That's not a satanic gesture, though, is it, with a fox? Because fox in Pythagorean numerology is 666. I'm only joking with you. You're a legend. I showed my friend the video that your friend sent about get the you-know-what, and he laughed so hard. He laughed so hard. All you got to do is get that and everything will be good. I was in tears watching it again. Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you do have a gift for convincing people that you're a genetic male. I want you to look at Arnold Schwarzenegger walk and Sylvester Stallone walk and see. But they ain't walking like toe soldiers, like Princess Diana the bloke. They're walking like women. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you are up there on my list where I'm going to destroy you. And Stallone. And Jason Statham, yeah, who people say I look like. All of them in that movie, whatever it was called. Was it The Invincibles? A lot of them. All right. Time for me to go. I might even look into the Mets game for somebody, for my good friend who still supports the Mets. But he knows it's all a joke. And he's going to stop at the end of the season, he said. All right, so thank you, all of you. I look forward to hanging out with my mum for a little bit tonight. Steak and chips, baby. Take care of yourselves. If you are on my website, go read the code so you can actually read it. Print it off. Maybe even print it off. Some of you get a collection of this stuff. Something happens to me. Print it off. Make a file. I know a lot of you do those things. I recommend more of you to do it. So you have all that work in front of you. You're bored, or I'm going to read that. I'm going to read the Queen book again. It's just there in front of you. So What's this say? 00, do not give a shout out for the NHS. Give a shout out for those that do their best to make it work. Not for. I was joking, East Coast UK. Does that mean banter? Do you think I was really giving a round of applause for the NHS? Again, the people who work for the NHS, they're kind-hearted people. They do care. But the system, the National Health Service, is satanic. The people who work for it are not. They're just doing what they're told to do, and they're trying to help people, even though they're probably not. But many of them are. In many ways, they just do as they're told, don't they? So I'm not calling out nurses. I've got nothing but love and respect for nurses. But the NHS and going out and clapping was not benefiting the nurses. Boris Johnson never increased the salary, and then he was saying that they were heroes, but he never increased the salary and make them work more and more hours for no reward because he's a hypocrite. So yeah, the whole thing I'm saying, like clapping for the NHS, changing your profile picture to Black Lives Matter or a rainbow flag or 9/11 or whatever it is not helping anybody. You're just being mocked. That's what I'm getting at. And the whole thing with NHS is on a budget. Again, you got to ask yourself what money really is. It's an illusion. And they can print as much of it as they want. So when they tell you that there's a budget on the NHS, what are you talking about? When a country's in debt, what are we talking about? Monopoly money. That controls us all. Barcelona couldn't afford to keep Messi. What are you on about? Let's print some more money off them. So he's not getting the money that we're told. It's just things you just got to break down with common sense. You're on a budget. They mess with you with stuff like that, like in pro football. Like Man City have the billionaire owners, and this team doesn't. That's why they're at that level. Again, they keep it that way. There has to be a structure to it all. If we all had unlimited money, we won't be doing the shitty jobs most of us do and have the stress that we have. So there has to be a level to it all to keep us in our place or keep society in its place. That's all money is. And you should know that by now. So no, the NHS is not on a budget. The people who run the NHS do not care about your health. That's all you need to know. The people who work for the NHS do. Those who actually own it don't. All right, I'm off. Thanks for everything. Take care. Much love. And speak to you all soon. Bye-bye. No, I'm not going at 2:02. Somebody's going to say that Skull and Bones injury match is 2:02. Let's get it to 2:03. 45 seconds, your 9th triangular number. I'm not going at 2:02. When I've been talking about Skull and Bones, somebody will call me out for that. I always catch that at the end. I know people are dying to catch when I end my live stream, so I'm not going at 2:02, baby. Not when I was talking about the 22nd World Cup coming up and Satanic gets you 22 and Kobe's highest scoring game was the 22nd day of 2006. I ain't leaving at 2:02, baby. Ooh. Wait, before I go then, I want to see the length of the Matrix movie. 226. Wow, the release date in the UK was 11/6. 11 times 6 is 66 for your Church of Satan connection. I can throw that in there. Budget 63 million, 2016, the 63rd try, and 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Of course it was 63 million. Remember, Man City just beat Man United 6-3. The previous game they played each other was on the 6th of March, 6-3. You see how Martial made the game 6-3, and in Man United's next game, he gave them the lead after 63 minutes. Insanity. I think I've just got through the 2:02 with a nice little code there. There we go, 2:03:37. Take care. Thank you so much, everyone. And let's leave now whilst this chatbot is trying to take over the show, baby. Woo!